Wade, how are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, Andy.
So, this series, what we're focusing on is the 25-26 school year and a look back about how the school year went for Bray-Doyle High School. So, we're going to start off with the fall sports. Obviously, the junior high program I know has been building up and trying to get ready for the sports for the high school level. So, just talk a little bit about the fall sports.
Well, we had a decent softball season. We had three kids make the all conference team and went and played at Rush Springs. Those were Abby Perez, Addie Prater, and Bailey Coyle, and three of our uh, two sophomores and one freshman. So our softball team is really loaded with younger kids as well. Our team that we have for the 26-27 year won't have any seniors on it. So we're excited for the junior high program that you mentioned before. Our junior high football boys have four really good freshmen that'll be sophomores this year, and we played Ryan twice and beat them. And in the past couple of years, if you beat Ryan, then you're doing some good things on the football field. So we're excited about those freshman kids moving forward in all of our programs. So we're excited to have them moving forward this year to be sophomores and mix with our juniors that we had that were sophomores last year to give us a chance to play on Friday nights.
Awesome. And so let's, talk a little bit about next year a little bit, because obviously y'all guys are in prep for it for the fall
Mm-hmm.
sports. You guys got new coach on the softball side, but you
Mm-hmm.
guys, obviously you're the head coach of the football team. So tell me a little bit about this next year.
Yeah, Coach Suter from Warwick came up and he took over our softball team, fast pitch and slow pitch, and he's also our girls basketball coach. And as soon as we got him hired, he was there that week, meeting the girls, handing out some paper, getting ready for the summer. And the girls this summer, in June, with several different basketball camps, they represented our school really well. So they started to build that connection with Coach Suter just as soon as he's got there. And since he's been at the school working this summer, he's got the softball field in great shape, best shape it's been in a long time. And he's started practice last week and had midnight practice. So we're getting things turned around softball wise. And we're excited about that because they're so young and they've got a good coach that's wanting to teach them the right things. Football wise, we've been having summer pride workouts all summer. We're getting some of the same kids that have showed up since our first year there 3 years ago, and they're continuing to build off of the things that they've started those years ago. And starting with the junior high kids, now they're getting into their sophomore and freshman years. They're starting to get skinnier. They're starting to get faster. They're starting to see some of that work physically come out in their body. So we're excited to see that.
So let's talk a little bit about the winter sports from last year. Obviously, we had the boys program did a really good job getting one step further than they've had in the years past. So just tell me a little bit about the basketball programs and how they did.
Our again to talk about that youth that we've had. We had two seniors on our team last year, and one of them was kind of sick throughout the year, so she really didn't ever get to help our team out a whole bunch. So we leaned on freshmen, we leaned on some sophomores, and they got a lot of improvement down throughout the year and saw some of our best games towards the end of the year. And Coach Suter's taken over again a very young group of kids. There again won't be any seniors on our basketball team either. And our boys, we were heavily laden with some senior kids. We had six or so seniors, and four of them started every game. So whenever I took the job over 3 years ago, these kids were freshmen. And I remember when I was at Rush Springs coaching up there, they came out and played basketball, and they beat us like. And I thought, man, these whoever gets this job at Bray, which the football job wasn't open, but I said whoever's got this job at Bray, they're going to have some really good young kids to look forward to. And then flash forward 3 years later, you get this opportunity to make it into that second round of the playoffs and make it into regionals. So it was a good step for our basketball program. We'll be young again. We'll have one senior, maybe two seniors that play for our boys basketball program this year. So those senior boys that left and graduated, they did a good job of advancing us as a program into that first round of the regionals.
Definitely. And so let's talk about you mentioned Coach Sutter, obviously, but on the boys' side, there's also going to be a new person there.
Yeah.
So talk about a little bit about him.
Coach Jacob Pankratz, he is a Clinton guy, and he's been at Apache this last year and spent some time at Cement, so he knows little school basketball post his time there at Clinton. And he's a young, go-getting kind of guy. I think he's around about 27 or so. So same with Coach Suter. As soon as we got him hired, he was like, when can we get there? When can I come bring some paper out? When can I meet the boys and try to get everything going? So he's been an integral part of the summer. He's shown up in the mornings for Summer Pride and in the afternoons for Summer Pride as well. And I think he's going to do a good job. One of the best things that Jacob's done since he's been there is he's built that relationship piece. And I think a lot of the kids really understand where he's coming from. So even though he's young, he knows his basketball, and it'll be fun to watch him grow as a young coach.
Definitely. And so let's transition to the last part of the last school year, the spring sports. Obviously, you got baseball for you guys, and is that the remind me of the sports y'all have in
Slow pitch.
Slow pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about those two sports.
Well, they did. We did a pretty good opportunity finishing out the year. Maybe not in the district games because we went to a top 3 district game. And you got to see exactly how, really good, successful programs play slow pitch softball. So it went really fast that last day of slow pitch season, but the boys did a pretty good job in baseball. Again, we were senior laden. Those same boys played baseball as well. So you had some expectations for them moving forward. We got one significant injury throughout the year. Lane Harris messed up his elbow, and he's a pitcher and he's a starting catcher, so it kind of hurt us, and we had to move some kids around. But they had fun. Danny Fisher helped finish that season out for us. My brother had a baby, and he was kind of out of place at that time. So Danny did a good job, and he told us at the end of the year that we might not have won a whole bunch of games, but nobody had more fun than us. And I think with baseball, that's really what you want to do, is make sure that you're having some fun, because it's a fun sport to play, even though it's terribly hard to hit the ball.
Yeah, very hard to hit the ball.
Yeah. Our softball, slow pitch softball, again, we had one senior or 2 seniors on that team, and they did a good job doing what was crazy about softball is that you've had basically 3 different coaches. And if you add me helping out with softball, and they've had about 6 different coaches leading softball in the past 4 years, which is hard to do and hard to be successful at. So whenever you talk about these 2 senior girls, the willingness that they were to accept somebody new in that role and to learn what they wanted to be done is something that is going to make them more beneficial, is going to make it more beneficial for them in the future, because they've done a good job of transitioning really quick to new leadership. And I think, anywhere you go, you have leadership that's constantly changing. Your ability to adjust to that new person in charge is going to be a benefit for them in the future.
Awesome. Well, let's kind of transition into looking into this next school year. We talked a little bit about it here and there in the other scenes of this episode, but let's talk a little bit about what your expectations are going into this new school year.
Oh, when you get to a school, you always look at like what's it going to look like in the 4 years? Like in the next 4 years, what are things going to be? So when I got there, we had those really good groups of 7th graders, and now they're sophomores. So you look at what are we going to do, and we're gonna struggle in certain places, particularly with football, because we've not been on the field playing an actual football game, high school wise, in almost 2 years since the end of our game against Mountain View Gotebo. So getting back on that will be the biggest part. But taking those 7th grade girls or boys that are now sophomores, they've been in the weight room, they've shown improvement, they've done everything. So all of them have worked for our summer team. like painting and doing all that stuff before. So they care about the school. They want to see it more successful. And we've done a good job in the past couple of years of bringing our facilities along with it, which is a direct dedication to what these young kids have wanted to do. So we're excited about that. We've got some of the finest facilities in Stevens County, and we love to have people come out and check our facilities out. So uh, seeing those boys being able to compete on Friday night is a big hope that we have this year. Obviously, not getting to play next year. We've got a mandatory football meeting this Sunday to kind of start to judge some numbers and answer some questions to some people who are wondering whether or not we're going to have a football team. So I know right now I got 8 kids who are dedicated, ready to put on the red and blue and go and play on Friday night. So we need a couple more young kids to stand on the sideline with our coaches and sub in whenever we need it. So we're really, again, focusing on that youth that we have. So getting some more ninth graders out and bringing some more of those kids that we're missing back out on the team. But we've got a really great senior leader. This will be his 4th year to really to be a part of us as a football team. And Bladen Harris, he'll be our only senior right now, and he's played quarterback, wide receiver, running back, defensive back, all over the field. So we're going to lean on him again, and he's got a younger brother who's a sophomore that's played quarterback and running back and wide receiver. And those 2 kids put together on a football field are going to be very integral for us. So you mix in some big kids like Gavin Pelton and I always call him Nacho, but Junior Alvarez. Those are some big kids when you see them walking around the campus, and you can put those kids together with like a Hunter Smith or a Shane Barnes, and then you start to look at how big you are as a Class C football team, and being able to lean on some kids and run the ball will be something that we're looking forward to doing in football. So we got a really good couple of coaches that are going to help out. Coach Suter likes to be on the sidelines on Saturday or on Friday night, so he'll help us on the sidelines. And Coach Coles is coming back to coach football again this year. We hired a lay coach who was a offensive lineman at Marlowe a couple years ago that we're excited to see him grow into a future coach, and that's Caden Lucas. So his mom and dad are very integral to our school out there, being our band leader and cheer coach. So we're excited about the football program, both athletes and coaches.
All right, and let's talk a little bit about some of the other sports. Do you feel like that there's some other sports that might surprise some people?
Having the chance to coach some slow pitch softball and get to see all these young freshman kids that'll be sophomores now, they're just a great group of kids to be around. And I think a lot of people really don't understand how young and how dedicated and how integral our kids are going to be to the softball program. I told Coach Suter when he got the job and when he was applying for it, I said, this is the time to get a hold of these kids. We've got 2 sophomore pitchers who will be juniors this year, and Bailey Coyle and Abby Perez, and they are in the strike zone the whole time. You can just give them a pitch and know that Bailey's going to fill up the strike zone, and Abby as well. Which in a small school like us, when you've got 2 junior pitchers who are successful like that, that means a lot to you, getting to a district game and having an opportunity to win that game. So then you mix with the young kids that we have hitting the ball. Both Bailey and Abby, they'll hit 3 and 4 in our lineup. And you mix in an Addie Prater, which she hit a home run last year in slow pitch, and I think she was flying over the bases because I don't know if she's hit one ever. So she'll be a sophomore this year. It mixes in a couple of those other kids like Callie Chambers, who played slow pitch for us last year, and now she's playing fast pitch for the first time. You just want to have some young kids who are wanting to get in there and learn and take responsibility for getting better. And I feel like Coach Suter's got 8 to 9 kids that want to learn and want to get better and want to show up. So I'm excited for the softball program.
All right. Well, again, this is the Bray-Doyle athletic director, and we love the small schools, and we're excited for this next school year, and we'll hope to see you more on the sidelines.
I'm excited about what the Duncan banner does for small schools and Stevens County altogether. So thanks for having me, Andy.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.